How to read and interpret a birth chart, Western Astrology Guide, the Astroking. How to read and interpret a birth chart. Reading a natal chart is the art of combining many astrological symbols into one meaningful interpretation. Rather than analyzing each placement separately, astrologers examine how planets, zodiac signs, houses, and aspects work together to reveal personality, strengths, challenges, motivations, and life themes. This lesson introduces a practical step-by-step approach that beginners can use to confidently understand any birth chart. What does birth chart interpretation mean? Birth chart interpretation is the process of understanding the symbolic relationships between the planets, zodiac signs, houses, and aspects shown in a natal chart. Every chart is unique because it reflects the exact positions of the celestial bodies at the moment and place of birth. Professional astrologers do not rely on a single placement when interpreting a chart. Instead, they synthesize multiple factors into one complete picture, recognizing that every placement influences and modifies the others. Step 1. Begin with the big three. Start every chart by identifying the sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign, ascendant. Together they form the foundation of personality and provide the easiest entry point for understanding the chart. Sun sign represents your core identity, purpose, vitality, and conscious self. Moon sign reveals your emotional nature, instincts, inner world, and emotional needs. Rising sign, ascendant, describes first impressions, outward personality, and how you approach life. Step 2. Study the planetary placements. Next, examine where each planet is located by zodiac sign. Every planet represents a different psychological function, while the sign shows how that energy naturally expresses itself. Pay particular attention to the personal planets Mercury, Venus, and Mars as they strongly influence communication, relationships, motivation, and everyday behavior. Step 3. Explore the houses. After identifying the planets and signs, determine which house each planet occupies. Houses reveal the areas of life where planetary energies are most active, such as relationships, career, family, creativity, finances, or spirituality. A planet expresses its energy differently depending on the life area represented by its house placement. Step 4. Analyze planetary aspects. Planetary aspects describe how different parts of the personality interact with one another. Harmonious aspects often indicate natural talents and supportive qualities, while challenging aspects can represent tension, growth opportunities, and lessons that encourage development. The closest aspects, those with the smallest orbital difference, orb, usually have the strongest influence on the overall chart. Step 5. Identify overall chart patterns. Once the individual placements have been examined, step back and look at the chart as a whole. Notice dominant elements, modalities, planetary concentrations, angular house emphasis, and recurring themes that appear throughout the chart. Astrology is about synthesis, rather than interpreting isolated placements. Experienced astrologers combine all the evidence to understand the broader personality and life direction. Common beginner mistakes. Every beginner makes mistakes when first learning astrology. Recognizing these common misunderstandings will help you build stronger interpretation skills. Focusing only on the sun sign while ignoring the rest of the natal chart. Interpreting every placement separately instead of synthesizing the entire chart. Assuming squares or oppositions are always negative and trines are always positive. Ignoring the importance of accurate birth time and house placements. Expecting astrology to predict fixed future events rather than describe tendencies and potentials. Practice makes interpretation easier. The best way to improve your interpretation skills is to practice reading real charts. Begin with your own natal chart. Then compare the charts of family members and friends. Over time, you'll recognize recurring patterns and develop confidence in combining signs, planets, houses, and aspects into meaningful interpretations. As you continue through this learning center, each lesson will deepen your understanding of one part of the chart, making complete interpretation increasingly natural.